a few White Claws. Into smaller, let me not whip this around and cut my leg off. Into smaller. Oh shit. This is actually a really simple task. Okay guys, I'm about to pull up the carpet in my closet, and it's pretty late. It's like 9 o'clock. Well, not pretty late, but for doing a project like this, it's like 9 o'clock at night. So tomorrow I'll probably lay the floors. But I had some requests for a floor tutorial. I had lots of questions about how I did my floors in my bedroom and in my kitchen. So I'm going to do my closet tonight, and hopefully, I mean, the carpets will come up easy. Hopefully the floor lays down pretty simple, and we'll see what we end up with. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is figure out what's under your carpet. I know there's hardwood under here because I've done the other rooms, but I want to see what condition it's in. If it is in good condition, you can just sort of spruce it up, clean it, scrub it, buff it, maybe refinish it, and go on with your day. Mine are in pretty bad condition because the previous owners allowed quite a bit of termite damage to occur, which is really unfortunate because these are beautiful original hardwoods. If I had a larger renovation budget, I have no renovation budget. If I had any sort of renovation budget, I would refurbish the original hardwood floors that are in my house, because my house was built in 1948, and the wood floors would and could be really beautiful if I had the funds to make them shiny and beautiful and like they're new. But they are severely termite damaged and covered in paint. So I'm going to lay down some laminate wood planks on top. In a perfect world, you'd clear the room out first, but I'm lazy and I just do it square by square. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the carpet back, and then you're gonna need a razor blade. Make sure you lock it so you don't cut your fucking finger off. And you're just gonna slice the carpet and the carpet pad into easy to carry squares, so that way you can take it from here to the dumpster without it being heavy and cumbersome. From there, you're going to remove the, I don't know what these are called, but the little carpet nail tab things. Okay, so to remove the strips that hold the carpet onto the floor, this is really simple. All you need is a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. And what you're gonna do is wedge the screwdriver under the strip and hit it with a hammer. Okay, so you can see there, this nail just popped up from the floor. There we go. And this has a ton of nails on both sides, so you want to discard of it safely. It usually gathers some sort of box that I can put these into because they poke through a trash bag. And if you're carrying them out to the dumpster, you don't want to get hurt, and you also don't want the person who's discarding of your trash to cut themselves. So after that, all you have to do is sweep, vacuum, you know, get up any excess dust, and you're ready to lay your floors. Okay, so I've started laying the floor. I rented the tool to cut the planks. It was $25 a day or something, so I rented that for the day. It's this tool here where you slide the plank in under the blade, which is really sharp. I shouldn't stick my hand in there. And then you clamp down and it cuts the plank in a straight line. I'm too scared to use a saw, so that's what I'm using. If you have a saw, it's better because you can get around little like L-shaped corners. And if you have any odd measurements where you need to cut the planks long ways, you do need a saw. I kind of jimmy rigged my edges, so they're not perfect or great by any means. Having said that, I would recommend getting a saw as well. Each piece just clicks together like a game of Tetris. And all you have to do is slide the plank in and over, and they all click together. And from there, once you get to the end, measure your piece and cut it with the laminate cutter, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this one in. I'm going to line up which end meets here. So that would be this side. So this lip will line up with this lip, and then I'm going to line up this edge with this edge. Click it into place. If you don't hear an actual click, that's okay. Sometimes you will and sometimes you won't. But make sure it's flush, it's slid into place. And then I'm gonna make sure that this all lines up. Okay, and then push down. There we go. And that's all there is to it. For this run, I need to trim it to fit this length because I'm at the end of the wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to figure out which end is gonna line up right here on this lip, and I'm gonna flip it the opposite way. Super important, so you don't have to use a measuring tape. Flip it the opposite way. I'm gonna measure this space from the wall to the inside of the beveled edge on the last plank that I laid down. And I'm gonna make a little tiny line on my plank, and it's gonna be inside the lip. So when I lay the floor down, this is not going to show because it's either been cut off or it's gonna line right up on the inside seam of the plank. I'm gonna slide this in. Make sure it's all in a straight line so I don't cut it at an angle. I'm gonna line up my marking with the blade. Yep. And then I'm going to push down to cut the plank. So then I have this piece of excess wood, which I'm gonna start my next run with, and I'm gonna end this run with the piece that I just measured. I am drenched in sweat, but I finished unofficially. We have to trim out the door and do like one skinny little strip on the edge of the room. Dun, 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 dun. So this is the finished product. I just have to trim right there and in the doorway. But it is crazy how just removing carpet and laying down some flooring can completely change the mood of a space. So all in all, this was a really simple project. It took me maybe 45 minutes at most to pull up the carpet and the staples and sweep up the floor, and then it took me 2 hours to lay the planks and then another 30 minutes or so to put the room back together. So half a day and you can do a complete makeover. And this flooring is only 75 cents a square foot at Home Depot, so it is super affordable if you need something to do that is a cheap DIY that will change the vibe of your space incredibly. I would highly recommend this. The type of flooring I got is Lakeshore Pecan by Trafficmaster at Home Depot. And then the trim is a little bit pricier. The doorway trim is like $22, and I used one strip for 2 rooms. Easy, quick, easy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.